No, well, I think I'm already damned.
Yep.
Yeah.
Matter of
Mm.
fact, I'm sure. I mean, having listened to some of our most recent recordings, I'm positive.
Yeah.
Uh,
Stetiska has logged in, and the spell book is still in the party loot. I'm. How can
Wait,
that be?
when do we get a spell book?
it was so you remember the charmed party that you fought. There was a caster there, and
Ah,
that
yes.
a spell book.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. We still got to find the secret lair of the magic of the powerful magic user that we whacked, though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So
Really?
I've
Because
heard.
you just said something not an hour ago in Discord. Mad hunt for his lair, as inhabitants know he stored many powerful items there, each believing if they discover the lair and items therein, they will gain the favor of the temple's supreme commander.
Meaning of it,
Ominous.
turn your ass around and get back in that dungeon quick as possible.
Hey, Vern,
Yeah.
Tate would like to tell a joke. Come in here to tell it, Tate.
So I went bald, but I kept my comb. I just can't part with it.
I believe you.
Nice.
That is,
Nicely done, Tate.
Mm,
honestly, Tate, I was expecting the joke would be hair raising, but clearly it was not.
oh, uh, he shook his head and walked out.
I'm laughing with every follicle.
Uh, that's not a lot.
That's all he's going to need as fuel for the next batch, though.
That's right.
Oh, come on, Windrunner. Between the two of us, we have a full head of hair.
Oh, goodness. That's the truth, baby. That's the truth.
Oh, nice. The spell book disappeared out of the.
Yes, yes, it did.
That was giving me some OCD, man. If you couldn't tell.
All
I feel
right.
like we already gave some of this stuff up, and we've gone through it. The bag of holding's still in there.
Yeah.
Wand of the War Mage didn't work so good for you, right?
That's correct. I
So
would very, very much like that bag of holding, though.
the one of the things that I do want to make sure that you guys do, and is that you are, properly memorizing the spells that you need to memorize, right? And for you, Setiska, when you're on your actions tab, you do that by clicking that mode down at the bottom, from standard to whatever the next one is, preparation, I think. And then you put checks next to all of the ones that you have memorized for that day.
Yes,
So,
I indeed do.
have you decided what you're going to take for your new spell?
You wanted me to choose them in advance so that I could be working on them.
Yeah.
I did that. The ones that I chose at that point were Mordenkainen's Faithful Hound and Devard's Black Tentacles. And
Okay.
following those, I will be working on Polymorph and Dimension Door.
Okay.
Mention or me anytime, big boy.
Do we get to tell tentacle jokes now?
Well, I mean, if you think you're flexible enough.
I have the appendages for it.
All right. We got another 5 minutes or so, and then Sharona
I
will.
think the Dungeon Master General is already recording things.
I am. There's
Really wish Fantasy Grounds sorted our actions out differently.
all right. That uses up your spell. Good. I appreciate that.
You actually can change some of that. You can actually alter how that's sorted. Oh, and I memorized my 3 spells. Stabby, stabby, pokey, pokey, shooty, shooty, and I also get bitey, bitey for free.
Okay.
Sneaky.
Macros for my old stuff are still on my hotbar, even though I don't have the items anymore.
Right. So macros never go away or never change. They are a point in time. And so you need to copy over them with the updated.
Occasionally with the updated, yep. That's cool. I'm doing that now.
Yep. That's a very good point.
Awesome.
So 1, 2.
Right. I'm stepping away from the keyboard for just a few minutes while we wait on Sharona. And if she shows up while I'm gone, Bart, please make sure she remembers how to level up.
Yeah, we'll get her.
Okay.
Yeah, Captain.
I am definitely regretting some things.
Yeah, you're going to regret giving Vern 4th level spells. You can ban
I'm
all you
pretty
want.
sure I'm going to get us all
Real
killed.
I don't know. We're pretty good at that ourselves.
I have a special talent for pissing off the DM.
So we're gonna get 10.
We grew up together, and he's practically an older brother. So
It's all good, clean fun.
I'm
until it's not.
going to start protesting that bag of holding is in the party sheet.
I'm perfectly fine with the wizard carrying it.
Well, where else is he going to hold all the sausage and finger food?
Well, yeah. Well, Pan's got his burlap sack with, you know, circumspect rusty stains on it, so he's okay.
We have recently determined on the campaign as a key source of knowledge that troll ears are quite the delicacy.
I have no opposition to trying this.
I should hope not.
Nope.
I have absolutely no idea why so many of the soft ones in this party are utterly opposed to eating what they kill. It does not make sense. All things must.
I hear you.
be-
High five, clap. Yeah. I mean, that's how you get their power, right?
We've been slowly teaching him the power of soups instead of raw. I think you can tell that we're starting to make progress. We've progressed from raw jerky.
I don't know. I do have these lovely teeth. They're all filed down. So
Well, see, the problem is, have you ever seen a lizard man try to drink soup?
no, but that does sound entertaining.
It's a lot less entertaining than watching a lizard man try to eat soup.
I'm putting on the map. I'm trying to figure out the years we've been on this one. Or on Discord.
But hey, if you fall in battle, I promise you, I will enjoy lizard soup, and your power will go forward.
I have been asking my party for to do me the courtesy of making sure that I get eaten if I die.
I got you, bruv.
Yeah,
They-
Jimbo's with you, man.
We got you covered.
Yep.
I mean, I can't speak for Paul and Sarah. Sorry, Sharona and Paul.
But the Jimbo clan, we got some great gumbo recipes for lizard.
Githyanki's have a very different palate. I'll just leave it. Since none
What
of us really know what a Githyanki palate is.
What if we season the lizard soup with like some fire giant remains? I mean, I'm imagining they stay pretty good. They still look good in my sack.
Fire giant ashes.
Yeah. I mean, that would be some spicy gumbo. We're definitely gonna have to find a creek.
I have been looking for a new vision quest.
I mean, the burlap sack does have some fire giant parts in it, so.
Have you seen out of character again? Have you seen Delicious in Dungeon? I know
No,
Vern
I
has.
haven't. No, but I'll take a look
Rich,
at it.
I know Sarah has. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Well, I've
It's
watched some of it. Pretty
yeah,
entertaining.
even the first episode or two, you get the gist if it's even if it's not up your alley.
It's very
It,
Japanese.
yeah, it's very Japanese, so it can be a little bit difficult too.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But also it's all about eating the monsters in the dungeon they're at. It's Dungeons and Dragons, and it's with the side of let's eat what.
Oh, I
So
love
we've
it
leaned into
already.
that. We've leaned into it
You,
quite.
you
And
eat what
since
you
then, we've
kill.
leaned into it more. Vern's Lizard Man has been our inspiration, but we're all otherworldly.
My brother lived in Japan, and my nephews all live there too. So yeah, I love Japan, and I grew up watching anime, so I can't wait to see it.
Nice, yeah, you'll like it then. So we've been kind of leaning into that for no good reason. The ogre, we found out that ogre livers were quite good a couple sessions ago too, and I think we might still have some snake. I don't think we have snake steaks on the. There were some giant snakes that were very good eating.
Yeah, so somebody does need to pick up Chef.
Et balls.
And then we've got a few things hidden in our character sheets that Windrunner's not aware of. 5-gallon cask of dwarven brandy, for example.
At Noisters.
Keg of wine, small, for another example. So we're partying if we need to.
I love it. A partying party.
My original vision quest. We didn't have a real solid reason so far to be in the temple. We really haven't. It's been a loose concept of why are you in this evil temple to even to begin with? Because it's scary, it's bad. Paul,
Yeah,
why? Mark, do you remember why we were in there? Like,
No,
no.
if you want my honest opinion, I think what happened is we went to Nob, and I guess a lot of us already know that town is evil. And I think we just blew past it. And instead of learning it was evil by experience, we said, "Oh shit, we remember from past experience this town is evil." Because I have no memory of any event that led us to believe that town was evil, and so we just we didn't do anything there.
I
And
don't
that's
remember
probably.
warned us of it though.
I think
But
you
we
were.
didn't. We maybe we got a warning, but we
I don't.
didn't get any experience event from it. I don't even know if we got a warning, but I think we missed opportunities along the way to really find out why we were doing this.
Well, but we also there hasn't been any indicators along the way, so it's just been like, why are we even in the dungeon? So when we met this huge fungal apparition, we lost a party member.
Oh.
Billy Bob's Billy
Cousin?
Bob's cousin.
Yeah.
Haven't given up
Another
on him.
Harrington, who was a little more reckless. We lost him. We're hoping we might find him at some point too.
Was it like
Sub story.
goddess, maybe? Like a
Well,
fungal
we don't know,
goddess?
but it was a thing, and then so when we fought it, I made my saving throw, and I got a whiff of the fungal smell. And the thing is in my hold on here. So in my otherworldly palette vision quest, that's what I'm supposed to take back to my home plane. The essence of that smell. So we've then encapsulated that. It's pretty weak. That's why we're in there.
For perfumes. Well, maybe you're doing the whole George
I think
Mallory
it's more
thing.
like a spice than perfume, but yeah, like edible. And we're leaning in again the delicious in dungeon. So that's been the whole concept of for the last few sessions. It's chained up. For a while there, we were doing whatever Sharona said. She was the lucky halfling. Oh, there she is. Whatever she wanted, man.
Nice. Well, now we're double lucky. You got 2 halflings. So, but maybe it's like a George Mallory thing though, where it's like, yeah, because it's there.
So, the other part of the dungeon that you have seen, I believe, is the upper left-hand corner. Let me take a look at that real quickly. Hold
Yeah,
on.
that's where we came in and out.
Of this level.
And we do have Sharona with us now.
Oh, thank goodness.
Hello, hello.
Excellent reaction. Thank you. Hello.
And hi to you too.
I'm so bad. Sarah,
Sarah saved us all.
please.
We stay close to our lucky halfling and do whatever she wants. I'll put down my life for her.
I love this party.
You would have put down your lives if not for her.
On several occasions, yes.
On several occasions.
Yep, just think about all those nat ones. Yep.
I do need
Now
to
that
make
we're playing
something-
with Windrunner on another night, now that Rich and I are playing with him on Sundays, we know the consequences of a nat 1. We didn't fully understand before.
Pudding all day. You get. Hey, look under your chair. You get a pudding.
You get a pudding. How many puddings did we kill on Sunday?
7 or 8.
I think 7.
They were
At
just
least-
coming up out of this hole. It was terrible.
That's a lot of Jello.
Yeah.
Yes, but if you rolled a nat 1, instead
I
of
know.
hitting the Jello, you hit your friend.
You see, the problem was the pudding was sealing the whole. Never mind.
But it was so much fun. Anyhow, sorry, I'm distracted. Moving on.
I was just thinking Bill Cosby is going to be pretty upset with y'all.
I'm pretty sure he's upset. I don't know with us, but
Just damn. All right.
regrets, right?
Yeah, big time. All right. Why don't we actually take this thing live here? So let's see.
I do need to make one thing clear, however, to our new companion.
Yeah.
If it should be the case that Sharona dies, nobody gonna eat snack size but me.
Mhm.
Aw, that's love.
That's so sweet.
We'll see.
Well, it'd be sweet once you add sugar.
Best that you don't ask.
All right. Billy Bob, get back to the main. There you go. Okay. All right. So, and I guess I'm not even sure that you guys decided that you were coming back to the same room, and we can drop you back where you need to be, as appropriate. But let's kind of finish the questions that I had for you as you went back to your hunting lodge. So I have given you a rest. So everybody is fully healed. Vim has already rolled initiative. I'm not really sure why. Let's see. Has everybody leveled up?
Ready for anything.
Well, I have a cat, and he stepped on my F keys, and they have a bunch of things like initiative and attacks, and like my.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cat mission.
I had Vern targeted.
Yep. Well, Vern.
I mean, Vern's prone. He's down. He's a 0 hit points. I'm telling you.
What Vern doesn't know won't hurt him. Okay.
That's right.
Right. So,
Sorry.
That is really how it works.
Bart, you had one job, and that was to make sure that Sarah knew how to.
She literally logged in right before you got back.
Huh? Sure.
And we've been talking.
One job, Bart. One job.
I thought I had multiple, but okay.
Right. Friends forever. This is gonna be difficult with Vern and I.
We got sidetracked by how tasty halflings are.
Mhm.
Important conversations.
It is a topic of much debate. I've got a recap ready to go if you want it, Jane.
Hey, if you're going in the ocean fishing for something, make sure you have a big enough boat.
Exactly.
Let's do the recap first, and then let's handle Sharona. All right.
Okay.
You are
Right.
on, Vern.
We took the time to interrogate the prisoners. Gently interrogate. Uriel is gifted with an impressively nimble tongue when he wishes to employ it. He talked the prisoners into revealing the story of their capture. Of the elves, Sir Juffer was the leader of Lady Trilahi of Selene's guard, and he did most of the talking. He maintained that they were searching for the source of unusual animal deaths and evidence of blood sacrifice when they were captured. Looks like they found what they were trying to. The humans were merchants, and one was a soldier of fortune. To the last, they expressed the desire to be anywhere at all other than here before the temple yo-yos sharpen up their sacrificial knives. The path to getting the captives out led us through what was left of the dining hall. We did expect trouble. What we did not expect was the bloody form of a high elf that dragged herself up out of the stairwell in that dining hall. Leilana Tressum had been brutally mistreated. She was closer by far to death than she was to life. She babbled something about the breaking of wards as Sharona was trying to heal her. She claimed that they knew not what folly they affected, and admonished us to seek out the artifact, as none were left to do so that retained their sanity. Whatever that artifact might have been was left unsaid, as it was then that the goon squad struck. The festivities were opened by a sleet storm. It was a spell slung by an idiot filled with slush and slurry, signifying nothing. It did, however, successfully obfuscate their numbers, and it allowed their archer to assassinate the elf on the floor. There were others who loitered invisibly in the area, waiting for their chance to commit mayhem, and still others who took whatever opportunities presented themselves to attack from concealment as we moved to respond. For all its impromptu nature, it was a surprisingly effective ambush. We took that kind of personally. One warlock, a wizard, an alchemist, an archer, a barbarian, and a revivify for the assassinated elf. Later, we had apparently slain, or very nearly so, every one of said elf's former team. All of them were showing evidence of fungal infection. It was clear that whatever influence they suffered under, it stemmed from good old never forget her name. Likely, it was the same thing that corrupted Pojimbo. We were able to save one, and we used that one as a test subject to explore the divine options we have access to, trying to scour him clean of this rot, whatever it is. At this point, nothing we have will do the job. We broke and piled up the rough-hewn tables in their dining room. All of those who fell were given a funerary pyre on the spot. We were scarcely concerned with the temple's air quality. It would seem that this elf, Leilana, and her company were here before, and may have been the ones responsible for breaking one or more of the eldritch seals that served to confine the fungus wench. They went back in an attempt to reseal those portals, and it was then that the majority of them fell to that thing's influence. We came across them as Leilana was attempting to escape. The rest now was known. A few levitate spells allowed us all to retreat to our burgeoning stronghold. Once we succeeded in getting everyone across the river, the elves went their own way, and the humans accompanied us to the lodge. The merchants requested an escort to Hamlet so as to reconnect with their networks. They specialize in assorted housewares, and thus the lodge will hopefully be needing their services. Even better would be sooner than later. There was a great deal of bookkeeping to be done thereafter. We found ourselves without the combat skills of Uriel moving forward. The paladin has been accompanying us since the very first. He's chosen to stay behind and oversee the construction of the lodge. We welcome the assistance, though, of Leilana, who has chosen to stay with us, and bring the thunderous might of her god to bear against the inhabitants of this cursed hole. I didn't know about the halfling when I wrote this, so I didn't put him in there.
It's okay. So, and just thinking about this meta for just a minute. So Bart has obviously, played with us a number of different times, but the my take on it here too was that you guys really didn't have the tanks that you started out with, and so we wanted a appropriate way that you guys could continue. And when you got back to the hunting lodge, this what you thought was an awfully cute kid was sitting on your stoop until he smiled, and then it was all sorts of weirdness. But Leilana immediately took a shining to him, and despite concerns from everybody except the lizard man, Leilana was able to convince you guys that it would be good to have Pan along to help out. Now, Pan doesn't, he's not as effective a communicator as the rest of you guys are. He did well. Bart, why don't you explain Pan's background?
All right. Well, visibly, he has ground teeth, so his teeth are actually ground to points, and he also has ritualistic scars on his face. His clothing is somewhat ramshackle and obviously forest based, and his hair is somewhat disheveled and a little bit long and shoulder length. You do see like there's feathers and leaves all stuck into it. He's clearly somewhat of a guerrilla style fighter. And he does speak and understand common. He obviously struggles with it very much. So if anybody speaks like sort of a forgotten offshoot backwoods halfling, they can probably understand him a lot better. He clearly enjoys snacking upon his enemies and or his friends, if they fall in battle. So, but he had been told that he keeps referring to her incorrectly as Latrina. He says that a direwolf told him to seek out Latrina, and she would give him his next famous adventure to go upon. He seems to be very interested in glory and also finding good snacks.
All right.
It's
So
kind of frightening how well that works with our party. I have to say it.
Yeah, it really is.
I really think that he and Setis Kai are going to be best of friends. And that's awfully disturbing.
At the very least, his attitudes make sense.
Yep. All right.
His speech pattern's not 100% all the time,
Um,
so he might need an interpreter from time to time.
Jonah, you
by
may
chance speak primordial?
say that again, Vern.
Do you by chance speak primordial?
No, he speaks like a random like backwards dialect of halfling and broken common. That's it.
Yep. And Sharona can make out everything that he says. So Sharona can be an interpreter, but he's going to role play a little bit of the simplistic common communication. So all right. And at any point that you need to clarify something, or Sharona, the party needs him to clarify something, you can step in as needed. Okay.
Absolutely.
So did I miss the part where we've agreed he's going to join us, or?
Yes, you did, because it was all on Leilana, who convinced you that he was worth having in the group. Don't know if it was divine. Y'all don't know whether it's some sort of divine message that she got or something else, but she really put the screws to you, and you agreed that you would take him along with you. So
Well, Did we,
Nope.
did we learn what kind of skills he possesses?
Yeah.
He disappears pretty readily. If he gets bored, you look around and he's gone. However, for a halfling, he does seem to have like a decent heft of shoulder and muscles on his arm, and some wicked looking weapons.
you have seen him try to wrestle a bear. So there was one point as you were out in the woods going to or coming back, and he tried to wrestle the bear that didn't end. Like the bear ran off, but you were kind of it was eyebrow raising for all of you to see him take a couple of swats from the bear and hand it right back to him. You were most surprised when he actually bit the bear.
I'm sure I would have been betting money on probably on the bear on that one.
And you have witnessed him like pull from his a burlap sack, like a ridiculously large reddish ear, like a giant sized ear that has a reddish tint to it, and start snacking up on it like it was just a large bakery treat.
Imp ears. Oh, heavenly. Do you have extra?
He's like, no, all out.
That's hilarious because I should take a picture of the pig ear my wife feeds our dog all the time.
That's exactly it.
I have some finger foods that I would be willing to barter for one of those ears.
Now I crave imp ears.
I have bugbear, troll, etten, and human.
One of each for half giant ear.
2 of each for full giant ear.
No, no.
It was my understanding there was to be no math on this test.
He spits in his hand, and you notice his hands are like grimy and tiny, but he sticks it out to you after you make that suggestion.
Hey man, I grew up in a swamp. You think you being dirty is a problem? I shake on it.
Swamps, hillbillies, we get along.
That's right.
High five, smack.
You're a halfling. Low 5.
Very low.
Goodness. All right. So, are we spending some time going to the big city? We looking for anything? We heading back to handle business? What are we doing?
I'd say we get back and handle business.
Are we
So
going to
Cities,
here's-
sell all the
here's-
jewelry, buy some magic items.
Yeah, here's Sharona's question. Not like we aren't getting plenty of good stuff in the dungeon, but do we want dungeon to be the sole source of our magical items? We've got a lot of money.
Yeah, there's a on the way out, we heard muttering about them searching for a secret wizard lair. I want to go find this before someone else finds it and loots it.
Didn't we already find that? I mean, we killed the sorcerer they're talking about and looted his room, didn't
No,
we?
we never found his room.
We
Could
killed
have
the
sworn we
wizard
did.
when
We
he
got his
attacked.
spell book.
No, we did not.
We
Yeah,
did
I
killed
not.
the
My
wizard.
bad.
We killed the wizard when he attacked us with the Ettins, but he was not carrying his spellbook, and we have not found his lair. We got a spellbook from one of Leilana's old companions.
Ah, that's the spell book I'm thinking. Okay, I knew we got a spell book. Well, that would definitely convince me. I mean, we do want the good stuff.
Besides, I gotta find my cousin, or what's left of him.
Yes,
Otherwise,
but better equipment, better things, more things will help us with that.
yeah, we take too long, the antis are gonna show up, and then everything's gonna go pear-shaped.
And I
Ben
did
starts picking his nose.
do we even know if there's a place where we could buy something?
It would take a while.
Oh, So it would take a while. I'm leery of that too. More not because I don't want the spell book personally, but I certainly don't want it to fall into the enemy's hand. That's for sure.
Okay,
I
if
say to the
if we're
city, I've not
sure,
seen.
Sharona's not trying to convince us to go. She's just making sure that we're sure, if that makes sense.
Well,
I say to the city, I've not seen a big city on this realm.
The only thing I can think that we really need would be like scrolls of greater restoration or something like that. But for my cousin, in case he
I'm shit in melee combat at this point, so I'm hoping one day I find something I can fight with. I don't think I'm gonna buy that.
Sharona could use armor. And we could use and I'm not trying to convince I'm not trying to convince us. I just want to be sure we're sure.
Yep. I think you're proposing a very wise thing to consider. Uh, I'm nervous about the spell book getting into the wrong people's hands, and but like I could be persuaded in any direction as far as I guess if I was going to vote, I'd say go get the spell book for Setescott.
Um, Pankrin hands Paul a chipped tomahawk and gives him a couple of grunts.
Sorry, who needs a better weapon at this point?
For smackies. For smackies.
I appreciate that, Tancred, but I do have a short sword that is magical. I'm not very good with many different types of weapons, and I'll have to just make do. I forgot that I unlike every other priest in this game, do not have martial weapons.
Can you use a javelin?
I don't know if it would be any better than my short sword.
It's a +2.
Oh,
Basically, he's lamenting the loss of this staff of striking. Even though we all have agreed that's gone to better hands, it is a hard weapon to lose.
It's true. Although there is a brass candlestick in the party sheet.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I know how to create an improvised weapon.
Sharona attach that in her hair somehow.
Wait a sec. Is Paul coming with us now?
am I not?
Paul ever not coming with us?
Yeah, was Paul ever not coming with us?
Sorry, I
Yeah.
got from Uriel, right?
Yeah, Uriel's the one that's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Apologies.
And it sounds like we would rather hasten back to the dungeon.
If that is what, if it's clear that that is what the group is sure about, Sharona's all for it.
For the book.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sharona can't find 3 spells that she knows her god promised her. She can't find Aura of Life,
Right.
Banishment, or Stone Shape. I've got everything else for my level up.
That's weird. I was able to get 2 of those that you mentioned.
And maybe I'm not looking in the right book.
I'll drop it in there. Don't worry.
Okay. I found all the others.
All right. So, but one more time, Aura of Life.
Aura of Life, Banishment,
Mm-hmm.
and Stone Shape.
Now I did not find Aura of Life.
It's a level 4.
It might, I think at some point we diverge on what spells we get to.
I mean, if Aura of Life is a non-cleric spell that you get as a bonus spell,
No, it's
Yeah.
a cleric spell.
Yep. Nope. It is a paladin spell.
Oh, that Twilight clerics get for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
but priests of life do not.
Yeah.
Correct. Priests of Life do not get Aura of Life.
Yeah, if you guys get anything which freaking provides protection
Oh,
from
goodness.
fungus and disease, that's a good one.
This one's necrotic. that is why I was asking about if we're going to the new rules, because there is a very intriguing new spell. But we are not, so I'm not even going to talk about it.
Nope. Yep, we are not. So, the other thing that I want you to do now, though, is I want you to memorize the right spells, right? So you get
I get 11 spells in total. So
you
I've
get your
got to
level plus,
get 11 prepared.
yeah, you get your level plus your wisdom modifier plus the ones that are Twilight specific.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And
I will get those sorted out right now.
you know how to set those in Fantasy Grounds?
Yes.
Okay,
I
good.
go into preparation mode and I check
Yep.
and uncheck.
You got it. Okay, good.
So I think, Sarah, that means that we get 6 plus 11, or total of 17. Because
I
we
get
get 2 per. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2.
so I am cheating and using D&D Beyond.
Oh,
And
we
in
actually get
addition,
8
to the ones that just come with Twilight Cleric, I should get 11 plus 4 cantrips.
No, I mean, if you count the domain spells that you get 2 at first, 2 at third, 2 at fifth, 2 at seventh, so 8 plus the 11, or so if you count all of your total prepared spells, you'd have
It's
19.
there's
That makes sense.
yeah. So you'll get 2 more at the next level, like at level, I think. So, but you right now have 6 Twilights and the 11. So that's a total of 17.
Perfect. I'm marking them
True.
in right now.
Yeah, the same
Core
shit.
of Life is one of those ones that I get as Twilight Cleric, so that might be why you don't get it, Paul.
Yeah, that's cool.
Paul, you actually though get 1 less spell because you have a wisdom of 16, and so a modifier plus 3. So you will get 10 plus your 6 for a total of 16.
I'm 7th level, aren't I?
You are 7 plus your wisdom modifier 3 is 10 plus your 6 light spells.
But I thought I got 8 life spells.
I'm maybe let me look at the life information real quickly just to confirm.
I'm looking too. I think they do get extra.
All right.
They are pretty cool in the spell category.
All right. Order domains. All right. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Options. Okay. All right. Life domain. Oh no, you do get them. You do get them at 7th. So you're right. So that'll be 18 total that you have. And then let me go back to Twilight and check you.
I
You
get
get to
23
was off.
total, but that includes my cantrips.
Yeah, I wasn't counting the cantrips. So
Yeah, I'm cheating and using D&D Beyond. So
yeah.
That's not cheating.
Yeah, that's what
and
I
it
was trying.
says including cantrips 23.
So I was trying to ask earlier is if Fantasy Grounds actually provides you the number of prepared spells you can do, but I guess it doesn't.
Not yet. And part of that too is that, if we want to change it, we can.
Yeah.
So we don't want the restriction that says you can only do exactly that. So
Sarah, as it turns out, we talked about Revivify before. I have to have that's a free prepared spell for me. So I
Oh.
will always have it.
Okay, so I can unprepare that one and do something else.
Yep, you'll just probably want to make sure I have that the other diamond, and maybe we purchased more diamonds during this time.
Yes, I would love that.
So what would be a fair number of diamonds we could have purchased?
What have you got in the party sheet right now? Or not party sheet, but
I have 1 diamond's worth 300 GP on me, and I will put that in the party sheet so that Paul can pick it up.
I'm also looking at other gems.
Windrunner, I have something special I need to make that maybe we should talk about afterwards.
Okay.
Some type of ability so that when I can make my target roll a saving throw versus strength or knock him prone with my psionics. So we don't have to do it. I'm just not sure how to do it in Fantasy Grounds. I'm going to keep playing with it. Bring it up.
All right. So let's look real quickly at the fact that you've got 32 black pearls in your inventory. Those are worth 500 each. So that is a boatload of black pearls. I think that a good idea would be for you to convert some of that to diamonds. There will, of course, be a margin that the jeweler has to make. And it's never good in small towns, just saying. but you know, let's figure it out, and basically, you know, you guys can trade in one of those black pearls for a 300 gold diamond for each one. You got 32.
I'd say we should do at least 10. I mean, you can never have, I mean, you know, having too many diamonds is a good thing.
Okay.
You were saying this only because diamonds are a girl's best friend.
And I'm going to try to figure out how I can wear at least some of them. Because I can just take them off my jewelry and we can use them.
So did we do that? Did we convert them already? So is there?
I'm doing it now.
Oh, I see it now.
Yep.
There's a
Is
couple.
there-
Yeah, let's do 10.
Is there any reason, Sarah, that you would need to grab some?
No, you can keep them all on me as long as all on you, as long as thematically we just imagine that Sharona has quite a few of them in her hair somehow. But logistically, you can keep them on your character sheet.
Uh,
I'll allow it.
I'm glad you'll allow it.
I guess we leave the bedroom, the tapestries back at. I'm looking at. There's a potion that's unidentified. I don't know
Yep.
if Windrunner has a note on that.
You know what? You can identify these things. Let me. So there's a potion of hill giant strength. You would have enough time and been able to research them and take care of that. Scroll of protection from undead. Yep.
Strange stone.
Mm-hmm. You couldn't identify that one. There are things that defy your abilities to identify them. It does glow magical, though. Vern has become sure of that.
Someone should grab that potion of hill giant strength and use it. I already have 20 strength, so someone else could get 21. Does anybody else strength? No.
Dexterity.
Jimbo? Yeah, I figure.
And I hit people elegantly.
Mage, put it in the portable hole, please.
So shall it be done?
Oh, it's not a portable hole, it's a bag.
That's fine.
That's
Well, we
Right.
heading back then?
Pan laughs and runs around for a little bit with the bucket on a rope and then pees in it.
All right. I'm going to call this parcel that I'm making things for the lodge. All right. I am moving your tapestries out of. Just created a copy of them instead of removing them, but all right. Anyway, my point really in doing this is to remove things from this list so that you guys don't have to maintain all of this. All right.
It's taking away all the fun stuff that Pam was going to play with. That's what he means.
There are 13 very expensive carvings. I forget where those came from. All right.
Yeah, each worth like 1,000 gold piece. Wow.
I know. Right.
What? And those elves turned up their nose at the lodge. We've got art.
Right.
As Pan is running around bored, could he help me find Moonbeam and put that on my list? As it's something I should always have prepared, and I just realized I didn't even have it on my list.
All right. I got it.
He tells you in an archaic form of halfling. He doesn't even understand. It's not even nighttime. What are you looking for? Moonbeam. I'll help you look. Yeah.
Oh, Pan. All right.
Thank you.
It has become obvious to me thus far in our explorations of this temple that there is a clear difference between necrophilia and necromancy. It appears to be how excited you are when the corpse starts to move.
Oh, man. Y'all. Okay.
And you say wizards have no sense of humor.
Just lizards, not wizards. Lizards.
It works well with cannibals.
Oh, bucket and a rope. I wonder where that one came from. Anyway, I don't want to touch it now, but I wonder.
I'm keeping it.
Okay.
I drag it sloshingly behind me.
Is there anything else on here that needs to go to the lodge?
I would like the rusty saw if nobody has any complaints.
Oh, it's all you, man. That came out of a giant's. You know what? I think the bucket and rope
So
did.
the rusty saw, how much damage is it?
The real question is how much damage can I
Is
do
it
with
magical? Yeah. Yeah, okay, you can have that. That sounds like a great weapon. I'll hand it to you. Pat
It's
you on the head.
definitely not
Use
magical.
it well.
All right.
I think the crystal bowl and the knives should go to the lodge.
Okay. All right, I can do that.
Given what they were being used for, the clerics will need to purify them repeatedly. But they're sparkly and cool looking, so why not have them in the lodge?
All right.
We can keep our loose gemstones in the crystal bowl.
I'm not sure that while you're not there, that a crystal bowl sitting on your table is the right place to keep them. But, I'm not making decisions there.
We
Oh,
did
no.
have we had a treasury somewhere in there too, where there's already a bunch of stuff, including like a cursed waitstone.
The secret owlbear cave.
I believe there's an n-dimensional space involved somewhere too. He's of high enough level now.
Well,
All
time to
right.
kill something.
All right. So we're headed back. how do you plan to reinsert yourselves into the dungeon? Are we gonna start at the top stairs um in the temple and go down? What are we gonna do here?
Well, we got that well thing.
You do have the well.
Stone shape, yo. That spell rocks.
That's what I was thinking. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to give up to take it.
All right. So
Is Latrina with us?
no, Latrina is going to take care of a few final things and then join you later.
All right. How tall is Setiska?
Standard for a lizard man. About 5'10", if he stands up straight.
All right.
Because of our tail, we're canted forward a little bit.
Oh, okay, perfect. I crawl up on Setiska's shoulders and do the master hit his blaster.
There's a problem. Setiska has no shoulders.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And as you try to crawl up my favorite lizard man, Sharona looks at you very disapprovingly.
You see him climbing up and sliding down, and climbing up and sliding down, and climbing up and sliding down, and then he kind of looks and he's like, "Oh, what? This is kind of pointless."
An ancient halfling, I say, wee.
Well, so the
In your
level
head,
we're
Sharona says, I agree, he is super fun when you say we.
All right.
I go back to dragging my bucket. I guess I have to walk for myself.
so the level we are on,
Or not on a level.
the level above that we more or less completed. The level below we just barely got started, but that's the one where the wizard was from, so that's probably where we want to go back to. Am I right on that?
We encounter the wizard on level 3.
The wizard's lair is supposed to be below the dungeons, the actual incarceration cells.
Yeah, and
Oh, that's a good point. So maybe level 4.
Level 3, because this is level 2 is the one we're on now, or we're trying to get back to. And so level 2 is the one where the dungeons were. That's where we rescued the elves and stuff. Level 3 is where we fought the wizard and killed him, and that's presumably where his lair is.
That seems like some fine logic to me, and probably where we should start.
Agreed.
So we head back and figure the party wants to go down the well.
Down the well's the easiest way to get
Can we
there, I
handle
think.
one quick thing before we do that? Windrunner, you were building a package or something. Can I take gold, because I have so much strength, off my character and leave it at
Yeah.
take to 1,250 gold,
Okay.
and I can carry a whole bunch more stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just plunk it down next to Uriel and say that'll handle payroll.
All right. So I just put that in things for the lodge parcel. So
Thank you.
yep. So then just reduce the number on your character sheet by that much.
I did, yep.
Okay. You've still got a lot. You've still got.
I'm just changing it right now, dude. Like,
Okay.
how do you say? I mean, I've got the platinum. I took the gold out. I have 50 gold.
That's the right thing to do. Okay.
Like, I had 1,300.
I know.
And
I'm just saying it's a
I'm
lot.
a little confused, so
It
he's
is a
gonna
lot.
roll. He's gonna roll an insight check to figure out what the hell these people are doing.
Well, that's actually moderately good. You would understand what it is that they're attempting to do. So
Okay, he nods sagely and just kind of crosses his arms and stands back a little bit.
awesome. All right. So I heard trying to figure out what level, but also wanting to use the well in order to accomplish this. Like to get to where you're going, right?
Yes.
Well, the well goes down to that second level below ground is where it goes to.
Yeah. It's the easiest way down to the second level, and from there we can get to the third level. We can either get to the third level. I'm going to ping on the map. There's like a secret door here.
Oh, I need to put Pan on the map. Sorry.
There's a secret door to the stairs going down over here, or there were the stairs we came up over here.
Anybody else gonna express an opinion on where you want to go, or we all just gonna follow Billy Bob?
Because, well, how could that get you into trouble?
Well, following Billy Bob's better than following Jim.
Well, you know where you're going, and I mean, it's not like we need to play the whole thing out. Not to meta, but yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that all of y'all are
Okay.
agreement. So
I would say if we get back to that octagonal room on the base, then we should go down the stairs over here. That's
Sure.
closest to where we fought that wizard was.
What's on the table?
I'm good with that.
Oh, don't touch the table! Don't touch the table!
It's already. Oh no, it's a brazier. This brazier, whatever this.
my God. I do need to read this though, right? So illuminate large. Yeah. y'all can yes, I'll give you a chance to curb his curiosity here in just a second. Illumination in this large octagonal room seems to come from everywhere. Ceiling, walls, floor, a milky radiance which gives a dim, eerie glow to the whole scene. The floor of this place is 15 feet below the level of the normal dungeon floor. So those stairs that come in from north, south, east, and west all come down 15 feet. With short, broad stair. Yeah, that's what I just said. The ceiling vaults to a height of 40 feet. So the normal ceiling height would be, 25 feet, but now it's an extra 15 feet because of the sunken floor in here. The walk-in floor of the room are polished, gray stone with whorls of glittering mica. The floor is partially obscured by swirling, eddying mist that glows softly. In the center of the area is a great pierced square of bronze. 10 feet to a side, a dome is pierced in the ceiling, a circular shaft some 20 feet wide opening directly over a pit of the same diameter and 5 feet in depth. So you came out of that, like that hole in the ceiling in the dome, it goes up to the well in the main temple, and that's where you've come through and from. Immediately to the south of the pit is a block of alabaster measuring 2 feet wide, 4 feet high, and 8 feet long. Atop it are 2 knives and a bowl of, well, they're no longer there. The knives and the crystal are no longer there.
You just left them at the lodge. Yep.
Yep. They're at the lodge. That's right. Ranking the pit are 2 crystal braziers suspended from tripods by chains of silver. Each emits a faint, sickly sweet perfumed smoke. All right. He walks over and touches the alabaster altar. And then he starts to reach for the braziers. What are you guys going to do?
You know, like you point at your dog when it's about to eat something it shouldn't. They're like, don't.
Sharona in her head will go, don't. We've already touched them. Bad things, bad things happen. And I'm just saying that in your head psychically.
Pan looks around really quick. Remembers she can talk to him in his head and says, I knew that.
I knew that. Is that what you said?
gonna-
Yeah.
And he dumps the contents of the bucket into one of the braziers.
Oh my.
We did not try that.
Excellent.
All right. Immediately, clouds of dense, choking smoke start flowing out of the brazier.
Run.
Popping this door and going through.
All right.
Yep, out the east door. Paul, let's go.
Paul?
I've distracted him by making
Oh.
him type out his spell list in Discord.
There you go. All right.
And slam the door.
Okay, the room was definitely filling up with smoke as you left.
Again. Did we open these doors here?
Did you open these doors here? No.
No, but should.
Why would
You're
you?
right, we should.
Doors there.
Hey, halfling.
I
Well,
walk up and check it and see if there's any traps there.
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation. Or actually, yeah, for that one, an investigation.
Oh,
Lord.
Sharona will run over and tap him with guidance and say, "Welcome to the party."
Thank you.
I will watch how he investigates things and judge his technique.
All right, I spit on the door first.
Nice
Right.
opener.
I rub my hands together and snort, spit on the ground again, right in front of the door to make sure nothing, is there. And then I just start peering at it a little bit.
All right. You take a look at the door, you inspect it from every angle that you can see from your vantage point, and you do not see any traps.
Yelnick, good.
Excuse me.
All right. You can open the
I
door.
shouldn't be able to move him.
All right. You open the
You
door,
open the door?
nothing happens. You can see down this hall, and it looks like a kind of a processional corridor here. The walls of this 20-foot wide passage are painted with scenes of gross evil, death, and destruction. Some also depict parties of worshipers and their sacrificial captives. Each is led by a robed cleric. The great doors along the southern part of each wall are polished brass, replete with many more vile scenes and runes. Huge rings hang from the center of this hallway. So, what you do realize, for those of you who were there just a couple of days ago, but it seems like months now, because it was. But this is a similar hallway to the one on the opposite side of the octagonal room.
We should go back. It looks like something important's ahead, and we had a plan.
We
Pan lets out a piteous wail and left bucket in room with smoke.
How brightly lit is this area, Garner?
The processional hall?
Yes.
It is not.
I will summon my spellbook anyway.
Okay.
There, Pan. We'll find you a new bucket.
Don't be that guy.
All right. Now what?
I'll go listen at the door that Finn's sitting at.
All right.
Hold on. I made a grave error and moved my token someplace I don't want to be. And now instead of moving, I keep making big squares.
Oh.
I don't know what I hit or didn't hit.
You
I've
got
done something
them
bad.
on top of you. Hold on here. Now you should be able to move. Basically, you created things on top of you on the map.
Oh,
And so you could
sorry
have.
about that.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. Let me check and see what you hear.
Okay.
All
While
right.
you're doing that, Pan moves over to one of the tapestries and starts comparing it to the clothing he's wearing.
All right. We'll come back to that in a second. When you listen at the door, let's see. You hear some light scratching noises.
I will quietly inform the party. Sounds like we got to kill something.
The theme for the day.
Everybody ready?
Pan definitely understands that phrase in common, and he drops to one knee and pulls out his short bow and pulls it taut with a bone-tipped arrow.
Excuse me.
No one has any objections. I'll open the door. I got to kill something real soon.
All right. You pop open the door. Before you is a brilliant room with a floor of white marble, and the walls and vaulted ceiling are sheathed in a pearly alabaster. The room is bare and clean. A sheet of cloudy crystal substance seems to be set in the northern portion of the east wall.
Over here.
Yes, it's exactly correct.
Want to check that door?
Some kind of a trap. I'll go listen at the next door just to check too.
Okay.
Pan does a low walk and, just kind of doing, as he's crouched, he does like high knees and does kind of like a very quiet walk.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go ahead and roll his stealth check. Yeah, so he does kind of a low walk with the bow still ready to fire.
All right.
I'm leaving that crystal what's this for the smart people to try and figure out.
Okay.
Guys, I'm being quiet.
No, you're not. All right. Who is one of the smart guys?
That would be me.
All right. All right. So Setiska, are you gonna inspect the mirror?
Yes, but I will not stand directly in front of it to do so.
Okay. Fair enough. Give me a perception check in the tower, please.
Can we aid him at all?
Nope. Okay. So
Someone give him guidance.
as you approach the crystal wall, it begins to brighten. Okay. You don't have to be in front of it. Just as you approach it, it begins to brighten. Its radiance actually lighting up the entire room now. Two man-like creatures with wings of snowy feathers and radiant faces robed in purest white appear amidst golden-tinted cloud-like billows. A pale blue sky can be seen behind them. They first peer out of the mirror. Are you going to allow yourself to be seen?
Yes.
All right. As you do, you hear one of them say in dulcet tones, "What are fair and just folk such as you doing in this foul place of pain and base wickedness?"
We seek to cleanse it.
Okay. They look at you for a few moments and then ask you, "How can we be sure that you are not a servant of evil?"
Do we all hear this? Or is it just in Sedska's head?
No, you definitely all hear it.
I say, Paul, go show yourself to the mirror. You are definitely for the good. Like just looking at you, they'd know it.
Do I have any idea what they're talking about?
None whatsoever.
Okay, then I keep my pose.
I don't know what a perception check or an
Crazy, I
insight.
needed to stand before a mirror and display my heavenly might.
I'm sorry, what about your heavenly might?
I'm displaying it.
Oh, okay. So you're basically trying to prove to them that despite their initial
So many jokes.
speaking just lizard man, and that's not racist at all, is it? But speaking just to this lizard man, being concerned that you are putting on display your your faithfulness and belief in good, correct?
That is correct.
All right. Why don't you give me a performance check?
So the priest is putting something on display.
And you can do it
Yeah.
with because you're sincere about this, right? So give me a performance check with advantage.
With guidance, don't forget to guidance yourself.
I do not have guidance. Remember, you and I split those spells up.
Keeps telling you
And
that.
hightail it in there.
Oh, look, it's a small one. All right, so they have seen at least 3 of you at this point.
Okay. And now I begin my performance. All right.
You didn't even need advantage on that. All right. So they kind of their eyes kind of grow wide as you put on your show, and they are nodding affirmatively. So anyway, so they are now smiling definitely benignly at all 3 of you. Okay. They tell you too that they tell you too that their attention has been drawn to this place because when the temple was overthrown, that Ayuz, in his beneficence towards his own towards his own priests, had created, a special place for them. Anyway, But this is a protected refuge for those that need to gain help against their foes. The brighter of the two radiant figures now speaks again. He says to you, "Now, good folk, place each and every weapon you possess, all of your holy symbols, magic items, silvered items, and magical herbs before this crystal, the window of the plains of Wheel, and then quickly step out the west door. Count slowly to 777 and do not return in that time, for we shall send a ray of just might through these items. Any flesh in the place would be blasted to oblivion by the ray, and any mortal eye beholding its glory would be forever blinded. All your items shall be empowered, recharged by 7, or otherwise doubled in efficacy." It says efficacy, or does it mean efficiency? Anyway, though this power lasts but 7 hours, hurry, we must act swiftly, for our time on this plane is fast running out. We can help but once per 7 days, you know.
Yeah, sounds like a sucker's bet to me.
I will put my flail down, which is just a flail.
There's a whole lot more to Sharona that you're going to have to do, including stepping out the door and counting to 777.
I do not trust them.
No, I don't.
Can I insight check the mirror?
Sure, absolutely. Why don't you guidance yourself when you do things like that?
I don't know the answer to that.
All right. So let me. There you go.
Okay. I will thank them so much. I will leave in the place that they asked us to. I will leave an alms box, a 2 candles, and that's it. And I'll say this is what I have that I'd like blessed.
Okay. Paul, they're looking at you and at Setiska now.
Okay. Well,
You guys can clearly see I did not put anything of great value in this box.
I think I will follow suit here and place a candle as well, though I will do so reverently. A single flask of holy water and a block of incense.
Okay. Setiska.
I will place 2 snake fangs, a small knife, and a quill. I'm also going to put my spellbook that I summoned against the wall above the mirror looking into the room. And
Okay.
it will stay there when we walk out.
Okay.
Why don't you leave that wand of the War Mage +1 just to see?
Sure, why not?
Okay. All right.
Does it look like they're offering these things for trade?
So they are definitely, you see clearly that Paul and Sharona are reverently putting things down, on the floor. It doesn't necessarily look like trade. It looks more like, worship to you than trading. you went out the wrong door. You were supposed to go out the other door.
Thought you said west.
Did I say west? I'm sorry. Hold on. Quickly stepped out of the west. No, I did say the west door. Yep. And it honestly doesn't matter. Like, you all just need to move out one of the doors. So, okay. All right.
I'm
So
going to start counting. 1001,
I
1002.
throw one of the hill giant fingers that are starting to rot on the pile, and then follow the rest of them.
Excellent.
all right, Pan, you're supposed to close the door.
It's like I was born in the forest or something.
Like that. Okay.
G.
Yes.
I am leaving my spell book on
Yep.
the wall above the mirror, so I
Uh-huh.
can still see what's going on.
Yep. So I need Pan, you're the closest there, and this is gonna apply to the herring gun too. You, Pan, you and Billy Bob need to make a perception check. Billy Bob,
Oh, okay.
advantage.
With advantage?
Not you, just Billy Bob. It's a hearing,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
Blind or in tower or
yeah, in the tower, please. That wasn't with advantage, Billy Bob.
oh,
All right. Billy Bob, you hear something that you think sounds like the door locking. Okay. So what you see, actually, let me type this out for you, and you can, try to describe it as you need to the rest of the party. So all right. Set Sky, you see that in chat?
I do.
Okay.
As expected, it was a ruse. These are bipeds, are they, G?
Yes, they're biped.
Two bipedal wolf-like things gathered up everything that was left before the mirror and disappeared through the other door. Obviously, it was an attempt to rob people. How startling that we would encounter such in an evil temple.
who's got the strength? Want to break down that door and go kill these things?
I can take a look and see if we can wiggle it just a little bit.
I feel like I should remind everyone that we were coming back for the spell book downstairs, and the stairs are to the north. But yes,
Yeah, we didn't leave them anything important. I mean, unless you were really attached to that finger. Haha.
I am coming back for those snake fangs.
All right.
Okay. So for now we're just leaving those things and moving on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'm marking it off my list.
Finger was rotten anyways.
It had turned.
I didn't need to find another creek.
You know what? I'm going to go down this way
Ooh.
with the party, hopefully fairly close behind me.
Jim is staying on the other side.
Sharona says, Vim, don't fall too far behind.
Sorry,
You
I
don't-
ran off to ran off to make some tea. I'm coming back now,
That is okay.
Okay.
but I'm keeping up here.
You go up and around that corner and you see what you think is the door, to that room that you were in.
Don't it?
Should have made it out and around before you got up here.
Would they have had enough time to? So they came out.
You were debating it long enough, debating what to do long enough that they had time to come from that door and go somewhere else. Could have been towards the prison cells. It could have been it could have been towards the stairs. Could be anywhere.
All right. Well, head back down this way towards the stairs. I think that this room over here was just a closet or something, right?
Yeah. You meant to open that, and I thought you were opening the prison, and that's why we got started on the prison early. So that is just a broom closet.
All right. Well, onto the stairs and down we go. And if we find a couple wolf guys, we kill the shit out of them really quick.
Awesome.
Yeah, I want my blanket back.
I'm going to offer Pan a wrist bone.
Thank you. I'm still a little sad about the bucket.
You'd have brought it with you.
He dumped sewage in their crystal brazier.
To be fair, it was just gray water.
Sewage would be far more appropriate. I'm going to have a wrist bone myself. I just plop it in and start chewing on it.
I gnaw any meat off of it, and I start carving it a little bit. Scrimshaw. Always fun. Oh, Lord, I'm blind.
Yep, I took you off of that other map. So I'm putting you on a different one.
What's in this wrist bone? These ribs are good, but wow.
Right. Resharing the updated map. All right. Everybody is now on the third level. So that door's still open. Yep. Okay.
Don't suppose we hear any footfalls of.
Why don't you make a perception check with advantage for me, please?
I go over and look why this room's so pointy.
Just looks like
I
oddly
saw
shaped.
myself, and then suddenly I'm just seeing black again. Oh, never mind. I see why.
You still had the other map open?
Yep, and I popped it to the top by clicking something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. That's fine. All right. So you don't detect anything else. Pan, this definitely seems to be an oddly shaped storage area. There are lots of boxes with alchemy things and other things like that. Looks very erudite, and you are very quickly disinterested.
Pan doesn't understand that word, but does he see any feathers that are brightly colored or buckets?
Let's see. You see a large box of chalk. You see sacks of charcoal. You see jugs of. You don't know that
he definitely understands sacks of charcoal. He grabs one of those.
Jugs of turpentine. fuel oil for lamps, candles of various colors,
Yeah,
etc.
so is there like a cask of flammable oil?
There are jugs, and so it doesn't add up to like a cask. It's more like 5 jugs of it. So
5 and flammable, you say?
oh yeah, yeah, it's definitely oil for burning lamps.
Noted.
I
So
I definitely grabbed the charcoal.
Okay.
I'm not going to bring the oil, but if we need to light the place on fire, we know where to start.
Yep. And the charcoal's in a really big bag. So you're just grabbing lumps of charcoal out of the bag because you don't really want to carry a bag. I mean, it's as big as you.
Okay. Then I grab at least several handfuls of charcoal and I take it over to Setisca and be like, "Fuck you."
You're sharing.
Thank you. I have use for that.
So didn't we come in here?
Say
Yes,
again.
we did. We came in from the east
Yep.
hallway.
Well,
And I will take about half that charcoal and thank you for it.
I pantomime like eating and be like smoky flavor.
so also so you came through a secret door in the east. Okay. Pan doesn't know this, but the door is still open. Okay. So Pan can clearly see that there's a secret door that is open to the east, but the rest of you have both been east and west here.
Yeah, I'm trying to. We came from the east. We didn't get very far the west, right?
Oh, you did
I'm
search the west. So the only place. Look, let me grab you real quickly. Right, I'm gonna make sure that you had.
I don't have dark vision, so nothing's showing up.
All right, let me get somebody with. All right, Paul, because you have a light on your shield, I'm gonna take you around. Okay.
We're on tour.
Yep, and let me make sure that you are part of. No, you're part of Party Vision. So if everybody clicks off of themselves or on you, they should see all of this. All right. The room to the north here is one that you explored.
And just for reference, everybody will have to click back off themselves once they move their character again.
Yeah. All right. So that's it. I'm dragging you back up there. So that's what you've seen. You have not gone up that hallway, that you saw go off to the northwest.
That
Yep,
one.
that's the one. Yep.
But we came down the stairs just now. Is that how we got here?
You did just now come down those stairs that are right south of where Paul is. Okay.
Right there.
When you came into this area, you had already explored a little bit of the area to the west, coming off of the main room. But you came into this one off of the room to the east, which is that hallway that had the shields hanging on the wall, one of which made a lot of noise when it fell. That was one of your +1 shields, remember?
The shadows.
Yes, there were shadows, but the shadows were south of there. The rooms almost directly south of where you are now, but south and west of that room that the secret door opens onto.
Didn't we approach those rooms from the south?
Yes, that two different things. All right, look. So again, watch Paul.
There
Okay.
we go. Now, this
All
is
right.
what I was looking for.
So those were the rooms, and you came through this room, going to the south, and that also leads back to the room where you, this room. And again, I'm just taking you in the circle that you
That was
already
the
know this, right? It's just going to jump you back to where you are because you've already explored all that. Okay.
Where did we fight that magic user again?
The magic user was fought. Okay, so let me
Yeah.
Paul
Question.
again. It's a different door off of the room. So Paul is now in the room where you tried to camp and you fought the magic user instead, right?
Gotcha.
And you've explored all of this area too. That fountain right outside the door to that room is nasty, right? Evil things and you know.
Oh yes. So that was the room that we were outside of that had the what was it, a banshee?
Yep. Yep.
And a ghast and a couple other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And over here was where the trolls that
Oh, the trolls
Yep.
were in
So
prison.
back towards that, there's another hexagonal room, which is where the trolls were chained up. Yes.
Yeah.
so there were no more doors or anything, and we searched all these ones, right? There were no secret doors, no doors that we haven't
You
opened.
did search all of them. You did not find any additional secret doors.
Well, I guess this way seems to be the. So in this whole area, there's no unopened doors, and down here.
So you went. I'm trying to find right where you were. Yeah, you have not been through those doors. You looked down. You walked down the hallway that goes south out of that room, southwest technically out of that room. You walked down that hallway and just got to the next intersection and turned around and went back. So you have neither gone through the southern door in the eastern wall of that room, and that room is where you fought an Etten, right? So there's a chain bucket in the middle. You fought an Etten in that room, and it's just a big square room, right? You haven't gone through the door to the east. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Southern of the two doors in the east wall you haven't gone through, and you haven't explored beyond just the hallway that heads southwest from the eastern part of the southern wall in that same room.
Well, I'd say we head over to the west, folks.
Sounds good.
Yeah. I
Sharona
agree.
trusts the bunny's instincts.
Rona
As
doesn't
long
know
as
what way is.
he's close-ish.
I need Sharona to cast her Eyes of Night on me.
Oh yeah, who needs it? I can give it to 4 people. I just
Vim,
always
please.
forget who needs it.
Citiska would also like it.
Setiska, Billy, Vim.
Vim, please. Yep. Paul.
And the only reason why you can see is because you've been hanging out near Paul, right?
Pan can't count. So if we haven't got to 4, he would like that. Yes, have some.
Okay. We have not, and that's why Paul always has his light spell up, is because he can. Let me find it. Where
It's
did
another reason why I don't have guidance.
He just likes to attract attention.
That's right. Come to me. When you see the light, come this direction.
Eyes of Night. There it is.
I've got a spiritual weapon for you.
Oh, I don't see how I can put it on people. I don't think I can put it on people. I think you just give them the dark vision, right?
No, you put it on them. So hold on, let me. I don't know why that would be missing.
Nope, I found it. I was not looking in the right places. I
Okay.
got it. Got it. There we go. Bim. Billy Bob. And
Ooh, it tickles.
that is cough. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
What was this room down here? That was like there was the
There's an
pools or
alchemy workroom.
sorry?
An alchemy workroom.
Okay. Might have a bucket there.
All right. And you can definitely find a bucket in the alchemy workroom if you need one.
Is there any rope?
I don't think there's rope. Let me read the description for you. The merest glance herein reveals the past purpose of this circular room as a place for alchemical experimentation, except that's totally beyond you. The walls and floor are covered with graven symbols, glyphs indicating the elements, metals, and other stuff of alchemy. Benches and work tables line the walls. Upon them are flasks, retorts, crucibles, and all. 3 braziers, each of a different size, which make you a little bit nervous right now, are lined in the middle of the room, piled with plates and dishes which hold heaps of strange powders, granules, and crystals. Beakers and flasks here and there are filled with odd substances. All right. So, and
touchy.
there's a bucket or 2 against the wall, so you can snag the
All
bucket.
right.
Yeah.
I grab a bucket.
Okay. All right.
I hug it in my arms and make my way back to the party.
Okay. So
you come back into view, and Sharona's visibly starting to shake a little bit. She says, and she says this in out loud to Pan and in Billy's head. Stop getting so far away from me in different directions.
Sharona, one thing that
Yes.
you know is you don't have to worry about him that way.
Oh, because he's got his own luck. Yes.
He's got his own luck. That's right. He's got his own
I
luck.
still don't like people being out of my Twilight Sanctuary aura.
That's okay.
I don't remember actually going up to here.
You've already been in that room as well. We can revisit that, but we've been at it for about an hour and 40 minutes. So why don't we take a quick break and like a 10-minute break and then come right back? Does that make sense?
Sounds great. Gotta take my puppy
Yeah,
out.
sure.
Yep. All right. 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Poor Sharona. She's on pan duty.